What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, we must discuss the potential chaos that's about to ensue when it comes to redistricting. As guys, we had a disastrous ruling today from the United States Supreme Court. The Supreme Court paves the way for Louisiana congressional districts to be redrawn. Yep. There is a serious possibility Louisiana's maps, just like Alabama's, are about to be redrawn, and not in a favorable sense to Republicans at all. This is the second straight L we took when it comes to redistricting. We could potentially get a W tomorrow, but we just gotta see what happens. Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, guys. Go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It is a great Twitter account everyone should follow. Of course, follow the Rumble page down below for exclusive content. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you can join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. And I know that this is the third video / stream of the day. I just needed to get this video out quickly because tomorrow is going to be a big day for the Supreme Court. So I want to let tomorrow be just the Supreme Court for the other decisions. They're pretty significant. But we got to talk about this. And why, in my opinion, this could potentially spell disaster for Republicans. Now, the Supreme Court, they didn't necessarily rule on Louisiana's map. Many people are saying they did. They just said the Fifth District Court of Appeals, they get to decide. They kicked it down to them. And it's not looking too good because the 5th District, I believe, ruled that the maps were illegal. They violated the Voting Rights Act, which would mean essentially another VRA-protected district. I'm getting so sick and tired of this nonsense. Guys, it's the 21st century. Why are we redistricting based on race quotas? That's what this is. And there's so many people out there defending it. It ain't good. And you look down here, and the Supreme Court on Monday dismissed Louisiana's appeal, seeking to prevent the state's congressional map from being redrawn over claims that it was unlawfully dilutes the influence of black voters, which is nonsensical. What do you mean it dilutes the influence of black voters? What? I'm not even defending the map from Louisiana. You go here to the map of Louisiana, wherever it is. I gotta find it. There's, where's Louisiana at? Whatever, right? There it is. So this is the current map. I'm not even defending it because, yes, Louisiana 2nd looks disgusting. But here's the problem. These people complain about it. This map has to look like this. For the nonsensical VRA-protected districts. It made sense in the 60s. It doesn't make sense anymore. Are you telling me there's still a majority of voters that are not going to vote for somebody based on the skin of their color? The color of their skin, I should say. You're kidding me, right? It's the 21st century. There's no reason that we have redistricting based off of race. There's no reason for it. And the maps look hideous. These VRA-protected districts, you'll notice they look the exact same. They look hideous. They look disgusting because they have to in most cases for it to comply. And that's the problem. All right? Now, look, my opinion is there should be some kind of nationwide ban on nonsensical districts like Louisiana 2nd, but also Massachusetts. You talk about a gerrymander beyond gerrymanders. Yes, Republicans wouldn't win any seat either way. You have to make some even more disgusting seat, but come on. This is what you make for a map? Look at Massachusetts 7. Look at this. What is the purpose of this? Just make it look like a cube. Something. And this is my proposal. there should only be redistricting limits on compactness, which means, a district that can't look like Illinois. I mean, Illinois 13th. This isn't a compact district in Illinois 13th. It can't just stretch halfway across the state. And also, it has to have communities of interest in mind. And that's a perfect example for, let's say, Louisiana. Right here. This district, Louisiana 2nd, it's both in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. I understand that, there's similar demographics and stuff, but this is a lot of miles away. What does Baton Rouge have to do with New Orleans? They're two sizable cities, and they're not like right next to each other, say like Dallas and Fort Worth. They're a good distance away. So why should they be in the same district? In my opinion, there should be a New Orleans district, which would be safe Democrat, and there should be a Baton Rouge district, which would be slightly more competitive. But guess what? That ain't what they're going to do. They're going to make it where this Baton Rouge district or whatever, it's going to look hideous. It's going to go to the black parts of the state, so it complies under the VRA nonsense. And that's the problem. It's not just because of my party loses seats. That ain't it. You talk about racism. This is the definition of racism. Drawing districts based on race? Yes, it made sense in the 60s. It absolutely did. But now, there's several congressmen that are black or minorities. They are elected in majority white seats. So it's like, what's the point of it now? Again, it made sense in the 60s. Now it doesn't. Plus, it's like, if you just draw a compact and clean district, it's going to overall fit the demographics of that region well. But instead, it looks disgusting when you look at this, Louisiana 2nd. But the question is this. What's going to happen with redistricting in particular in the South? Well, there's a couple scenarios. And let's go with what I think's probably going to happen. Unless something crazy happens, you're probably going to see Alabama 2nd. Just an example. That probably flips. All right, let's just say they force it through and the decision later this week of redistricting falls through. And plus, Alabama did lose a Supreme Court decision recently. So yeah, Alabama seemingly is going to redraw, and that's a Democrat seat right there. Go to Louisiana. Where is it? Louisiana. This is probably the second most likely. You go here, Julia Letlow. She probably would lose. That alone's already 2 seats. But here's the thing, though. The Democrats, they're not stopping at that. They're suing in Mississippi. They're suing in Georgia. They're suing in Florida. They're suing in South Carolina. They're suing in frickin' parts of Texas. All right, let's just, whatever. Dan Crenshaw, you go away. Look at that. You notice the problem? They're going to sue in also Tennessee 5th. This is the problem that Republicans need to deal with. You cannot just let Democrats win redistricting because of this. This is even taking into account what's going to happen in New York. And this is my problem. The Supreme Court, they force these garbage gerrymanders in the Deep South. Right? They force it against Republicans. But New York, or let's just go to Illinois again. They can look like this. It's perfectly legal. Do you see the problem? And this is DEFCON 1 for Republicans. And sure, Republicans may gain, a couple seats here and there, and, North Carolina 13th, North Carolina 14th, you just keep looking, Kathy Manning, and possibly, North Carolina 4th. Okay. And let's say we win Ohio 13th. Well, look at this map. Not only do you have to flip all of that, you have to hold California 13th with John Girardi. I don't think that's going to happen. And you'll have 1 seat majority. And look at what's going to happen in New York. Let's just go to New York. Santos he's probably done. I don't see how he wins, Despato. Lawler, maybe. I think Lawler and Molinaro, they could hold. I think Molinaro overall is probably going to hold as of now. As for Lawler, to be determined, but let's say Republicans hold. Brandon Williams is probably done. if they do what I think they're going to do in his district. Well, where are you going to pull off the extra seats from? Nevada? And this is even accounting for potentially losing Oregon 5th. We may gain Washington 3rd. You just start to do the math and you realize we're in deep trouble. We are in deep trouble if the Supreme Court does this nonsensical order. And Republicans got to get their act together. Sue these maps in New Mexico, Nevada, frickin' parts of, California. Sue it into oblivion. I just love it how, the Supreme Court, oh no, we can't get involved in redistricting. Meanwhile, they forced through gerrymanders in the South. I mean, just, let's say, Tennessee doesn't happen. Again, that's kind of that is a stretch, let's be real here. But, okay, let's say that doesn't happen, and let's say the map in Florida stays the same. You're 218. This is not a sustainable majority. Republicans need to get their act together, sue these Democrat states into oblivion for these nonsensical maps. And it's just like, at some point, the Supreme Court, they're going to rule on our way in redistricting. They can't just keep doing this nonsense where, oh, we're not going to rule on maps, but we're going to force you to change the maps if it's, not minority enough. I mean, that's what's happening. Again, it's not just because, it's hurting my party. It's because this is nonsensical. It's always one way. It's never towards Republicans with redistricting. Outside of New York, that was a fluke because we had a conservative majority there. Outside of that, these courts force through these nonsensical procedures about, oh, you must have a extra, minority seat here, other there, even though the demographics of some of these states, they haven't changed at all. So why do they get a second seat? And arguably, the second parts of the VRA, these VRA protected districts, should be illegal. I mean, how can you say, oh yeah, we're going to redistrict based on your skin color or your heritage? How is that not illegal? Is beyond me. And that's my problem. It goes both ways, right? It only, sure, there's some seats, that may help Republicans, such as, New Mexico 2nd. That's Republican, but that's not the point. That's not the freaking point about this. The problem is they're doing this based on the skin color of somebody. Not based on community, not based on anything. And it forces these districts to look like garbage. So let us hope that the Supreme Court, they eventually get their heads out of their ass, and the Republican Party too, and realize, wait a minute, we're forcing redistricting based on somebody's skin color? Based on somebody's heritage? That's actually illegal. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, I'm not trying to be a doomer and all, but we got to get our act together when it comes to this issue, because it's going to backfire eventually. We cannot just keep relying on, oh, we just got to, be a speed bump for Democrats. We got to get aggressive with redistricting and being serious about it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Godspeed to all of you.